I'm doing post-market analysis for Eurodollar for the 7th of August 2024. Let's go. So this week we opened with a gap. As you can see, this gap right here, which was filled, and the price also came into this bearish fair value gap, which is above some equal highs on the daily time frame, and it's found some resistance there. Also swept this liquidity, and this, which is, if you drop down to the daily time frame, this is the equal highs that I was talking about. That is also below this fair value gap, this strong imbalance that started at the start of this year. So January 1st opened, and then price dropped with the strong imbalance, and since then it has continued lower, and we have held that since then. So yeah, price came in yesterday, Monday. We so going into Monday, we had the strong bullish order flow. Price came down here last week, and on Friday during NFP it pumped up, and my target was here for Monday, but price clearly was getting pulled by these imbalances, and got pulled on Monday. So now that's taken out external liquidity, it can potentially come in to take out internal liquidity, which is this level right here, which is a strong imbalance. It might not even come down there because we also have this weekly time frame gap that price can continue to hold. So yeah, we dropped inside bar yesterday on Tuesday. So there we go. This is good. Bearish order flow starting after price took out liquidity of these equal highs below, the fair value gap. So we have this imbalance. I'm predicting price to come down to these lows, and then we close Tuesday like that. So this is Wednesday, right? So Wednesday, this is 5 o'clock. Price failed to make a retest. We got a market structure shift right here with an imbalance, and I took a trade on this pullback right here at 618. This is something I've traded and has been very profitable. However, I should keep note of where price is. I was just taking my targets at this level, especially because we came in and rejected this low of this gap. Price pushes up after my entry, holds this fair value gap, which was a great sign of hold, gave me some confidence that price is going to continue lower. Then this is followed by this pin bar. This is a 240 fair value gap that's been held, right? So then another close below this inverse fair value gap. So that was a good sign for me, which also tapped into this weekly time frame fair value gap. Then price continues to consolidate sideways the whole day, and at 2 p.m, 3 p.m, it pushes up. Because I am looking to short, I think price pushes up again, and then finally at 4 o'clock I get stopped out, and price also takes out liquidity off this high right there, which would be a good entry on the lower time frames if prices start to displace. So here we go, we got a imbalance followed by market structure shift, further imbalance. If I could take a short, it would be around here with stops up to this high target right there, which doesn't get triggered, unfortunately, and I would have been stopped out anyway. So yeah, price comes up, market structure shift, another imbalance, fair value gap, and then price does this, another imbalance, and then another market structure shift right here, followed by maybe a pullback trade on that level. maybe a pullback trade on here at the 618. Because price doesn't come up to the fair value gap, there's no entry. We've got another market structure shift. Maybe an entry with stops above there, targets 221 somewhere. These fair value gaps right here look good actually. Although we do have these equal lows as well. Yep, we come to this fair value gap and then we start to make equal lows, so ideally you'd want to get out here. And then we push further up. Make a new high. 1 hour time frame, we come up, take liquidity again. We have this 240, 50% off the fair value gap right there, which is something ideally you'd want to see get tapped into. And also you have this fair value gap on the 60-minute. So this would be a good entry here. You go imbalance, imbalance. This was a good entry. And then short down to these lows, or even the Asian lows. To summarize, if I'm taking a failed retest followed by a market structure shift, especially after price has taken liquidity at the top and held a fair value gap, then ideally I don't want that running into a, another high time frame POI, especially when it hasn't come into this 50% mark of the 240 fair value gap, which it eventually does, even though I said there's an afternoon trade right here at this peak. Price eventually pushes back up above that high and into that 240 fair value gap right here and holds, and then it provides an entry on the lower time frame, and then price drops all the way down. Well, see how far it drops down.